Jai Hind everyone. Tense is a very important chapter in English grammar because without tense we cannot frame a proper sentence or we cannot speak or write properly. So let's start with this chapter. So let's start with introduction. Tense, which denotes the time of action as well as the state. It is divided basically in three parts: present, past, and future. All these three parts are further on subcategorized in four different parts, which are indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Friends, let's start with present indefinite tense, which is most important tense in English grammar in the chapter tense. Before starting, let us know where and what are the situations when we use this particular tense. So the first point which we see is we include routine action. Routine action, it means there are four different types of actions which comes under routine action. The first one, regular action. For example, I go to school daily. It means regularly any action is performed by a person. That action will always be spoken in present indefinite tense. Second one, irregular action. If any action is happening or performed irregularly, means not in regular pattern, in that case also the sentence or that action will be spoken in present indefinite tense. For example, earthquake comes in Japan. Third one is habits. So whenever we talk about someone's habit, we use present indefinite tense, like he drinks milk. And the fourth one, universal truth, which cannot be denied. For example, the sun rises in the east. The next point when we use present indefinite tense is simple present or present indefinite tense is used to express planned action of near future. Planned action of near future, it means in near future something is going to happen and that action is already planned, pre-planned. For example, CM Yogi leaves for Delhi next month. Similarly, present indefinite tense used in newspaper headlines and commentary of sports. For example, PM signs deal. Dhoni strikes the ball. In previous slide, we studied that how and in what situation we use simple present tense or present indefinite tense. As we all know that while framing a sentence, we need a subject, a verb, and an object. So in tenses, we study the proper use of verbs according to the subject. Here, first of all, we'll see how we use verb in present indefinite tense if the subject is I, we, you, they, or plural noun. It means if the subject is I, we, you, they, or plural noun, we use first form of the main verb. Then after we use object and other words. For example, you write a letter. This structure is about affirmative sentence. But when we frame a negative sentence, we use a helping verb. So if I, we, you, they or plural noun is used as a subject in the sentence, in that condition we use the helping verb do in present indefinite tense. So while framing negative sentence, we use this helping verb do, and the structure becomes subject plus do not or don't plus verb first plus object. For example, you do not write a letter. Next is yes or no type question. So while framing yes or no type question, we should keep in our mind that the sentence will start with helping verb. So as we talked that in present indefinite tense, if subject is I, we, you, they or plural noun, we use the helping verb do. So the structure or the sentence will start with do. Then after we use subject, then verb first, then after object, and at last while writing we use question mark. For example, do you write a letter? Similarly, we can ask this yes no type question in negative also. In that case, the structure will be do plus subject plus not plus verb first plus object, and at last don't forget to write question mark if you are writing the sentence. For example, do you not write a letter? Later on, we have WH type question. In such kind of sentences or questions, the sentence starts with the question word. And then after we use helping verb, then subject, then verb first form, then object, and while writing question mark. For example, why do you write a letter? Similarly, WH type question, if it is asked in negative, then the structure will become question word plus do plus subject plus not plus verb first plus object. For example, why do you not write a letter? So here we studied that if the subject is I, we, you, they or plural noun, in that case, which helping verb or main verb is used in present indefinite tense. Next slide we'll discuss about if the subject is third person singular. In that case, what will be the helping verb and how the main verb will be used. In present indefinite tense, if the subject is third person singular, that is he, she, it are singular noun. Means at the place of subject, if we are using he, she, it or singular noun, in that case we use the main verb in first form. With that we add s or es in that first form of the main verb. Then after we add object and other words. For example, he writes a letter. While framing negative sentence, we need to keep in our mind that in present indefinite tense, if subject is of third person singular, that is he, she, it or singular noun, in that case we use the helping verb does. And then after we frame the negative, interrogative sentences respectively. So here for negative sentence, the structure is subject does not or doesn't plus verb first plus object. So here you will have to be very careful that when you are using does as helping verb in the sentence, then you are using only first form of the main verb. You are not adding this s or es. So you have to keep in your mind that if do or does is used as helping verb in the sentence, in that case the main verb will always be used in its first form, will not make any change. For example, he does not write a letter. Let's see the structure of yes or no type question. As we talked that yes or no type question always starts with helping verb. So here, as the subject is third person singular, we use the helping verb does in present indefinite tense. So the structure is does plus subject plus verb first plus object. And keep in your mind, while writing any question, you will have to use interrogation mark, that is question mark. For example, does he write a letter? While writing, use this question mark. If yes or no type question is in negative, in that case, we use the structure does plus subject plus not plus verb first form plus object and question mark. For example, does he not write a letter? We have another kind of question which is called WH type question. In that case, what we do, the same structure of yes or no type question will be used. Only the one change which we have to keep or we have to do is at first we have to write or we have to speak that particular question word. So the sentence starts with question word in WH type question. So the structure is question word plus does plus subject, then after verb first form plus object, and while writing question mark. For example, why does he write a letter? In WH type question, if the question is in negative, then the structure is question word does plus subject plus not plus verb first form plus object and plus question mark, which is always used in writing, not in speaking. While speaking, our tone decides that whether we are speaking a question or simply a statement. For example, why does he not write a letter? So this was all about present indefinite tense, where we studied about the different situation and condition when we use present indefinite tense and the sentence framing structures. On the basis of these structures, you have to fill this exercise, complete this exercise and do more and more practice to make command over this particular tense. Thank you and Jai Hind.